Smiley. The Kiss albums, one by each of the 4 Kiss stars on Casablanca Records and Tapes.
Hey, I'm Ronnie Barnett.
And I'm Steve Schnee. And welcome to Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room.
He's lean and lanky and he knows how to zoom. Check out Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room.
Season 2. These are kind of fun. One of my favorite bands is the Tubes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you think, but I love the Tubes, and I've got some things on the wall by them. But as far as items, I'm trying to think of the shadows. I have 2 of these, so I'm just showing them both.
Wow.
I guess, somebody at Capitol just went out and bought this thing. It's probably, I guess it's some kind of thick, pipe thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they just went down to a hardware shop and slapped a sticker on it.
Yes, and slapped it on and chose to go upside down for some reason. I don't know, because they both are like that. I would have put it the other way. That's me, just because, the album cover is kind of this direction. Well, I know they're pasted on here, though, so it's like somebody did this.
Okay.
So
it's not just a sticker. It's actually kind of...
It's a sticker. It's not printed on there. That's what I mean. They could have easily flipped this sticker and made it...
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Though, maybe that's how they envisioned it. I don't know. But
again,
I love the Tubes. I love the completion backwards principle.
You see that you just see that item that you were holding up, and it just takes you to the album. Not a lot of things do that. That definitely does.
No. I'm sure you have Talk to You Later in your head right now.
Yeah.
Or Sushi Girl, or
or the very first time I thought it was Talk to Your Lawyer. But I heard it like coming out of a car radio and going, talk to your lawyer, what? And then I found out later.
And now Talk to Your Lawyer is going to go through my head occasionally when there's I see a lawyer or something on TV. The Police, very huge in all of our worlds. Okay, one of the best bands. Pretty sure this was made for the first album. The Police Whistle. Always love when the album label, like you can see the A&M there. I always love when the record label is on these kind of things too. I don't know why, because I'm a promo geek.
Yeah. No, but that links it to something. I mean, it shows you that if the Police or another band had gone to Sony, and that says A&M, that that was to promote something during a certain period.
Right, I mean? Right. I have a Cheap Trick button. That's the Cheap Trick logo, but it's got the little Warner Brothers logo right at the bottom. So it's during that one album they did for them. But there's that, and then there's the black one. I'm sure these are probably the only 2 colors they did, since the lettering, red, black. It's a whistle. Leads me to believe it's early, just because they were more
Roxanne.
serious.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They were just.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just my take. And plus, the logo there too.
That's true.
Because
I'm just trying to think of like what single or what song off an album, what would inspire somebody to create a whistle, unless they had a bunch of whistles. They go, well, you know what? I don't think we're going to use these for Rita Coolidge. Who can we use this for?
Well, police whistle. Police whistles used to be a thing, right?
Oh, that's true.
Before people had pepper spray and.
That's true. Okay.
So, and just to kind of piggyback that a little bit, here's this classic.
Oh, that's
promo
awesome.
sticker. Yeah. So, and this is the Boom Boom Room. So I'm not ashamed to come out and admit something embarrassing. I got to admit, when I first heard Roxanne on the radio, I was 13 or whatever, and it just popped up in the middle of classic FM radio. I thought it was Bob Marley.
Well, I guess little Texas kids think that way sometimes.
It sounds ridiculous now, but I mean, Bob Marley was not the icon he was. Reggae was not. I don't know. I thought it was Bob Marley. The voice, the high-pitched kind of voice. Yeah, anyway.
Well, for about 30 to 45 seconds, I thought Men at Work's Who Can It Be Now was the Police. Coming out of a little car stereo. Yes. And I'm just going, is that the Police? Is that? And then I thought, no, okay, it's not. But for about 30 or 45 seconds, I thought it was. So,
I listened to Business as Usual recently, and it's very Police influence, let's face it.
Yeah.
I mean, Not just that song. I mean, the whole sound, the whole record. And hey, I got to say, that record stands up. Sounded better than ever to me.
Colin Hayes still putting out great records, still to this day.
No, he's a. I met him, very nice guy. And one thing I didn't notice. It took me years to notice. What a terrible album cover Business as Usual is. It's
horrible.
It's a drawing of an amp head with like snow-capped mountains on it, and
it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And Cargo's not that much better.
No, but it is better. It is maybe just because there's more going on. There's a lot of color involved. But Business as Usual. I'm just staring at it one day. I'm just like, man, this is bad. So.
And especially when it first came out, it was in the heavy cardboard, thick stock, and just kind of like ugly feeling, So.
Yeah, ugly feeling. I like that.
Go ahead. I'm
okay,
sorry.
Let's take a break. I can't complain. I was plaster casted.
Do you know what that is, John?
I'm trying to impress you. I'm pulling out the big guns to try and impress.
I don't know what that means.
I don't even want to hear that. But there was these famous groupies when the rock stars would go through town. She was a groupie. She was a plaster caster. So what do groupies, So she's got plaster casts of Jimi Hendrix, Ding Dong, Ronnie Barnett'S, Ding Dong. I've never seen him, and I don't want to.
It's there for you guys if you want to find it on the internet. It's
no
out
thanks.
There. It pops up on VH1 every now and then. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
when you say pops up, it's been a long time, guys.
These days you hear that word clusters a lot, talking about stuff on the news, but. So the word popped in my head, clusters, like-minded items. So like-minded formats and multiple items by the same act. So so here we go, clusters.
Okay,
and,
looking forward to this.
You know me, Steve. I start big. Okay, here we go. And I in the first season, I showed an item by this band, but I consider this a cluster because it's all devoted to one album by this band. So the band is Heart.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite bands. And we can all agree that Dreamboat Annie was just mind-blowing when it came out. So Mushroom Records, who I also talked about in season 1, they really went to town promoting this album. So let me start with the Dreamboat Annie Beating Heart. Okay, I'll show the side. This thing is hard plastic. It's got a speaker in the back. Just says Dreamboat Annie. I love that too in a promo item where it doesn't say heart, but you know, and it comes apart. But there are some mechanical innards, and this thing would just go boop 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 boop. It used to kind of work. I don't have a battery in there now, but
wow.
Yeah. So the Dreamboat Annie Beating Heart. It's just fun to look at.
Fantastic.
And now let's go with the Dreamboat Annie, as I think I mentioned before, paperweights were big in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people had stacks of paper, apparently. That makes sense. Computers, you don't.
Yeah.
So here's the Dreamboat Annie paperweight. All right, let's put it by my face to show the scale. Again, just says Dreamboat Annie, and then you flip it, Mushroom Records.
Well, you show the side. Is it like a thick glass? Is that what it is? Okay, there you go. Wow.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's hard plastic, but some kind of see-through.
Yeah.
Like the Dreamboat Annie is kind of on top, but then the edge is kind of clearish. And
yeah, that's amazing.
I love that. I love this item. And then they made the Dreamboat Annie necklace.
Wow.
Okay, and this is a smaller version of that paperweight. So it's the same kind of like plastic with the see-through thing.
Does it have the label on the back?
It's got the label on the back.
So it's just a baby paperweight on a chain.
It's a baby paperweight on a chain. And this is the original chain, by the way. Wow. And I got a story. I'm not trying to name drop, but Neko Case is an old friend of mine, and she was in my room once and saw this. and wanted it so bad. I almost gave it to her, but I didn't give it to her.
Look, I'll tell you, Neko Case, just a fantastic, talented person, but don't give up. I mean, don't even give up your Dreamboat Annie necklace for McCartney.
Yeah, the Mushroom really, they really did a good job. Obviously, Dreamboat Annie, another record hung around the charts forever, multiple singles. You know, led to lawsuits and all that kind of thing. So Hart. There you go.
And that's it for this episode of Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room. I'd like to extend my personal thanks to Ronnie for allowing us to enter his room.
Hey, thank you, Steve, for doing this. You do all the heavy lifting on this, if no one can tell.
Anyway, that's it. We'll see y'all next week.
He's lean and lanky and he knows how to zoom. Check out Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room.